water, grass, fire. There are only 3 starter types. This reference doesn't work. Well, let's just cut to the chase. You've seen the title of this video. Goodbye regular starter types that have been used for almost 30 years. And hello, new type triangle full of my least favorite types. If you have been watching me for a while, then you should know by now that I love to punish myself. I mean, I shiny hunt, for crying out loud. Ain't nothing more masochistic than that. So I've had the idea for a while now to make a trio of starter Pokemon which are not water, grass, and fire type. It's not original, and I'm not the first person to do this. I know I have a brilliant mind, guys, but I can't take the credit for this one. We are very conditioned into how we think starters should look, not only because we already know what to expect. The grass types are green and some kind of reptile or grassy themed animal. The fire types are red and based on the Chinese zodiac, until Mr. No Thoughts joined the party. And then there are the water types. Easy, breezy, beautiful water types. Not only are they always blue, but they are also all some kind of aquatic creature, except for fish for some reason. You get the point. They're all very strange and they're strict in their conventions, but also they bend the rules. And somehow when a new trio is revealed, they all just make sense. Well, I'm sick of it. Ground, ice, steel. Those are the new starter types, at least for this video. These also happen to be some of my least favorite Pokemon types in all of Pokemon. I guess I've never really used them enough to form any kind of meaningful bond with a Pokemon of either of those types. So hopefully making these new starters will help me enjoy these types just a little tiny bit more. We'll see. Okay, so first things first, ground type starter. I did have the initial instinct to make something like Sandshrew or Diglett, but that's kind of boring and a little cliche even. I think we need to forget the cutesy mole / other dirty creature trope and instead employ a flightless bird. Birds are a popular choice for starters. We have all sorts of birds too, so why not do a once thought to be extinct, endemic to New Zealand flightless bird from prehistoric times? This is a bird called the Takahe. And no, it's not a fat pukeko, although that would be very adorable. Back in the day, people thought the Takahe were gone to the great meteor of 65 million BC, but on a random Tuesday afternoon, at approximately 3:22 PM, they found one. Like, standing there. They're alive! Woohoo! Because of this, Takahe have always been a fascinating creature to me, although it terrifies me to know that birds can just come back from the dead like that. Like, if the Haast's eagle is still floating around, then I want to be the first one to find out. Or actually, maybe I don't. On that note, it's time to move on to the ice type starter. I wanted this one to be super duper simple. I don't want to shed a single brain cell on this design. I don't have very many left, okay? It has to be absolutely mindless. Look, all I'm saying is that if Game Freak can get away with making Charmander, then I can do the same. That was a joke. That was a joke. By the way, purely for the script, comedic stuff and nothing else. I don't have a f***ing death wish. I've done a snowman fakemon in the past. It's in my 3rd generation fake dex, and his name is Top Snow. Oh, what a cutie pie. Now, I could take the same approach with this snowman, just a snowball, basically, but I kind of wanted it to be fully built, fully formed for, you know, the basic form, that is. Guys, I don't think I'm qualified to be making Fakemon. What am I doing here? Now, this is definitely my most experimental design, purely in terms of the art direction, however. Don't worry, I'm not gonna try convince you that these 3 snowballs mashed together is the Mona Lisa, but the way it looks just gives me a non-official vibe, and honestly, I have no idea if that's a conceited take or not. Let me know in the comments. Finally, we have the steel type. Now, I didn't want it to be an insect. That was the one creature kingdom that I didn't want to base this starter on, because whatever insect I would do, it will always be known as Durant 2. Even if it was a worm encased in copper, that would still be Durant 2. And honestly, I want to save Durant 2 for its own video. Like and subscribe for Durant 2. I know, I talk smack about dirt creatures for the ground type, and I rattled on about cliches on blah 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 blah. I really am a self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, fake monsters. So yeah, I based this guy on an armadillo after trashing shrews and moles. More specifically, the armored armadillo from Crash 2. I'm not joking. I had it lurking around in my dense brain, which is mostly filled with Cocoa Pops, and it just kind of spilled out onto the page. Oh, and I thought of the name Armadillo, like as in body armor and armadillo. It's super original, I'll have you know. In fact, I searched it up just to double check it was original, and actually the name has already been used by several other artists with several unrelated designs. But look, I think I'm the first one to spell armor with a U, so I'm still rocking with it. Right, I'm getting a little distracted. I need to move on to the final artwork. Alas, it is line art time. As always, line art is my least favorite part of the process, but it's kind of becoming my second least favorite. I'm looking at you, shading and highlighting. In these videos, I often gloss over the polishing work because I do most of my yapping while showing off the designing process. I also just never really think that the polished work is as fun to watch. Sometimes when I'm watching a speed draw, I get super engaged in the sketching, and then once that's done, I skip to the end to see how it looks. Probably not a great thing for an art YouTuber to admit on his art video, on his art channel. So anyways, here are the fakemon. First up, we have the ground type starter, Takahei. Get it? Because it has boots made out of hay, and it's a Takahei. Now, I already know I'm gonna get hate for the lack of flying type, but listen here. This bird can't fly. It's flightless. It's grounded. So I made it a ground type. Next up is the ice type starter, Snowmean. Now, it's probably not the best thing to have a negative character trait such as being a big meanie attached to a starter Pokemon, or first partner Pokemon, however you want to call it. But this guy is mean in a silly, goofy, facetious way. Or maybe I'm just excusing the behavior of a bully. Oh god, what have I created? Finally, we have our steel type starter, Armadillo. The Armadillo Pokemon. I ended up designing this one to look a bit more classic than my recent Fakemon. I used those Gen 1 and 2 eyes on it. I did originally have triangular spikes on the body, which you would have seen when I was sketching it, but then I opted for a chevron shell pattern because I thought it looked cleaner, especially for a starter Pokemon. Let me know what you think of these new starters and their types, and also let me know if you want to see more starters of different type triangles. I know people have done it before, and this is not original, but this was brand new for me. I've been tied to the water fire grass shackles for far too long now. I'm finally free. Thank you very much for watching my video. Be sure to subscribe. I upload new videos every Friday/Saturday if you live on Mirage Island, just like me. Wait, you can fly?